We want to write an equation also when given 2 points. When we are given the graph, it is easy to find the slope and y-intercept because we can just see the y-intercept and count. However, when given 2 points, we're going to need to use two different formulas. We still need to find the slope, so we have a slope formula to use to find m, and we are still going to need the y-intercept, so we're going to use the slope-intercept form of the equation to solve for b. Step 1 is to find the slope of each line. Because I have 2 points, I'm going to label them as ordered pairs in order to use the formula correctly. Note, it does not matter which point you make your x1, y1, and which point you make your x2, y2. The slope will be the same either way if done correctly. I am just labeling the first point as my 1s and my second point as my 2s. And now I'm going to use a slope formula to plug in these numbers. Note that the minus comes from the slope formula, not from the points being negatives. So I've replaced y2 and y1 with 4 and -2. I put the -2 in parentheses, and I replaced x2 with 3 and x1 with -1, also replaced in parentheses. And now I will go ahead and simplify this by using my calculator. 4 minus -2 is going to turn into 6, and 3 minus -1 is going to turn into +4. I do want to be able to simplify fractions. 6 over 4 turns into 3 over 2 because I found the common denominator count. However, a graphing calculator can help you do this. If I put 6 over 4 into the calculator and press math, enter, enter, I will get the simplified fraction. So this means that my slope is 3 over 2. Now I'm going to use my slope and any point from the problem to use my slope-intercept formula to find the y-intercept. So I am going to pick one of the points. I like positive numbers, so I'm going to pick the point 3, 4. So I am going to replace the letters y, m, and x in step 2 from the slope form to solve for the variable b. You will sometimes have a fraction as your slope. We can use the power of our calculator to simplify 3/2 over 3. You can make it a decimal if it makes it easier for you, or you can leave it as a fraction. At this point, we are going to solve a one-step equation for the variable b. Because 9 over 2 is positive, the opposite would be to subtract. So I am going to subtract 9 over 2 on both sides. Remember, even though it is a fraction, we are still dealing with just one number. Once I simplified, I found out that b is equal to -1/2. So now I have my two numbers that I can use to write in my formula. So y equals m, 3 over 2, x, b is -1/2.